Serious?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm putting suspension on the RingBanana.
Aren't you a subscriber of the One Lapiro channel? Aren't you following our own videos? We did it last week.
I told them, don't go there, don't buy that car. And what they did,
The whole Nürburgring scene, for that matter, is taking itself so seriously.
And we don't like it.
No.
I want. You can take whatever the fuck you have,
Take it and
go
drive.
out and drive.
If you remember right, last week we tried to do the alignment to our banana, but a couple of camber bolts snapped. So we had to go on the internet on our favorite website to order parts for MX-5s, Il Motorsport, and we ordered a full set of camber bolts that got delivered the very next day. With that sorted, it was time to finally do the alignment, and we went for the standard track setup for an MX-5. Minus 3-degree camber in the front, minus 225 in the rear, no toe-in in the front, a little bit of toe-in in the rear, and maximum caster available with those angles. And then it was finally time to see how much improvement there was in just using ZRs. And in order to do that, we decided the best way to do it was to swap back to the original Fulda road tires that we used just for our baseline lap. And now it's time to see what happened. believe it or not, guys, the ZRs helped us shave 27.5 seconds. Unbelievable.
Really unbelievable. Actually, this is more difference than what these semi-slick tires made.
The baseline lap was my first ever lap in the car, and now I have 15. So of course there is more confidence in the car. I can push a bit more. I actually pushed a bit too much, if we were to be honest. So there could potentially be even more time because the lap time is slower than what it could have been if I drove better.
But that said, there is still an impressive difference coming just from the shocks.
Yes.
And we would probably prefer a scenario that we would go and say, myth busted, coilovers is just bling, and it's nothing really important that you have to buy for your car. But the combined benefit of putting coilovers, getting the car in the proper height, doing a proper corner weighting, and aligning to a track alignment, is actually made a huge difference. And we're discussing seconds, but there was an even bigger difference to the actual driving feel.
Yeah.
The car finally started to rotate.
Exactly.
You had a car that would
too much, actually.
maybe a bit too much on this video. But basically, you had a car that would do only steady state understeer, and it suddenly started to rotate, and that by itself makes a much more fun car to drive.
So even though it's hard to say in front of everyone, we were wrong. Suspension really made a difference. The ZRs proved to be really important to the performance, and now it's time to see what it looks like when we put everything together.
The question everyone is asking is, cool, so let's say it's 25 seconds of suspension, and there is 20 seconds on tires. So if you combine both, you get a 40-second...
No, because that would be a low 8 minutes, and it's not going to happen. I think that I can give you a reasonable guess. We are probably looking at something in the low 40s. Everything combined, we are looking at something in the low 40s.
Whatever starts in the 40s, 49 is actually going to be a cool lap time. 49.9 will be a cool lap time. But if we can get a bit lower, and we can do, because remember, nothing has been changed in this car. We are literally talking about maintenance, tires, not even wheels. We're actually talking about tires on stock wheels, and just a set of coilovers with a fresh alignment. So if you wanted to spend money on your Miata, then for sure go for tires. Probably the best money you can spend, because tires were, let's say, 400 euros. That was a budget upgrade. So if you want to do one thing, go for tires. And then the next best thing you can do is get the proper alignment. But if you're going to do a proper alignment,
you have to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Basically, in a stock ride height Miata, you can't even get the numbers that we went after. So by getting a set of coilovers, you can get the car low enough to actually hit the camber numbers that you want. There is only one thing left on the table: what the car can do with both.
We have to see. This is the RingBanana Lifestyle.